ऋषभ
रिकॉर्डिंग ऑन करेगा तब बोलना, रुक जा।
Good afternoon, my teacher and my classmates. Today I'm going to present the impact of COVID-19 on pollution. Excuse me, sir. Okay. So today I'm going to present the impact of COVID-19 on pollution with my comrade Rishabh Gupta. So as we are all aware of the present scenario that the deadly virus has eradicated not only India but also its impact has become so invincible that the world's scientists and researchers are unable to come up with antidotes. Rishabh, slide. COVID was initially identified as an unusual pneumonia in which spread from an animal market in China in a city of Wuhan, as we all know that, to other part of the world when it was declared a pandemic by WHO. The pandemic has impacted every aspect of human life, that is mentally, globally, and emotionally. The global economy, the number of fresh cases and death continues to increase at an alarming rate with no sign of control yet. Making the estimates of its economy and other impact uncertain. Apart from medical and financial crisis, COVID is also damaging the environmental in a greater way. Climate changes and global warming, which was already a big issue for the world, has now been increasing at a rapid rate. Although there is a decline used in the petrochemical during the lockdowns all around the world, but long-term effect on pollution will leave a scar on Earth forever. As we know that the global warming is always a major issue for the country. So COVID has increased its pandemic more. Rishabh, slide. So here we come up with the question, what is coronavirus? Coronavirus, as it suggests, the severe acute syndrome coronavirus 2, SARS-CoV-2, is also known as coronavirus, which is a novel severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus. As coronavirus is given to fairly broad spectrum of virus, which causes various diseases, but the virus which causes outbreak known as COVID-19. As we know that COVID comes from the coronavirus, as it stands for COVID is a disease which is a new strain of coronavirus. As CO stand for corona, VI stand for virus, and D stand for disease. The disease was so eradicated that it is still ongoing from 2020 to 2021 and come up with its second and third wave respectively. So coronavirus is the virus which as we know, the virus is changing its mutant day by day. So SARS-CoV-2 is one of the 7 types of coronavirus, including the one that causes the MERS disease, the mild yeast respiratory syndrome, and a SARS sudden acute syndrome. So here you can come up with question that how long will the virus last? As there is no way to tell how long the pandemic will continue. There are many factors, including the public effort to stop it. But the researchers are still ongoing with the process on international platform and national platform to come up to end it. But on our responsibility is to learn more about the virus and their researchers for treatment and give a boost to success its vaccine. Rishabh, slide. What do we know about COVID-19? Coronavirus has spread widely throughout the world. And has become a declared pandemic. As we are talking about the current situation, more than 160 million people have been infected due to coronavirus epidemic. Now the virus has raised its peaks too high that the second and third wave has become inevitable. And this virus is seen not only in India, but all over the world. So while the majority of patients have mild illness, there are those who suffer from serious lungs health problem, and that can lead to their death in 2 to 3% of cases. Patient typically suffering from upper airways disease and droplet generated by sneezing, coughing, and other primary mode of transmission of virus. So what are the symptoms of virus? Coming up to the larger symptoms, that is the symptoms which are most common, that are coughing, uh, shortness of breath, and fever. But it also has a less common symptom like sore throat, headache, pain, and loss of taste on smell, and uh, loss of taste or smell, and or rashes on skin. It's it spread the same way as virus do, and it is a virus that is an airborne disease, and it spreads the same way as other virus do, that is from person to person in contact, and its infection ranges from mild to deadly consequences. Rishabh, slide. So here we come up with the current scenario of the world. As we know that it is not a global not a pandemic for a particular country, but it is a pandemic on a global platform, as it has affected all of our major countries across the world. There are few which are left unaffected. Will While every country has suffered a severe loss of life, leading to a downfall on economic and moral of the country, the worst struck countries are those who have very dense populated, that is Finland, you can say, and are developed, that don't have a medical facilities to handle the epidemic effectively. Since COVID-19 pandemic is the worst hit medically crisis of the century it is of the century, we will look through the same graph and map understand the extent of its damage. Rishabh, change. So here is a graph that shows the global pandemic and increasing death rate as per going time. So the blue line which you see is for Russia. Firstly, it's in the cases, the COVID cases has increases with a steep rise, and then it started falling with the end of 2020. And then there is a huge rise. And then talking about the major countries that has been affected are India, USA, and Brazil. The highest death rate was in Brazil, and it was recorded in 2020 at the end of June. So, and now the most leading country that are with the its death per rate, it's India and USA. As of now, we can see the India death rate, that the orange line which you see is for India, and the cases is increasing continuously, but with a lesser slope, and it is increasing day by day, and the death per rate is also increasing, but the cases in 2020 is far less than the cases in 2021. Rishabh, slide. Coming about the COVID-19 and its scenario about India. India was stuck hard with its first wave, and now the second wave of millions of people were affected and currently going through treatment. As the as the spread of COVID throughout the India was very fast due to the lack of proper action by government and irresponsibility of people. By irresponsibility of people, I mean that people who are using the single disposable mask are giving a huge threat to our ocean ecosystem. Like, as we all know, that with the usage of millions of gloves and masks throughout the world, every single day there is an increase in the damage of ocean ecosystem. So our conservationists around the world are sounding the alarm over the ending up of this single use product. And also it's on our part that that the water logging mask, gloves, and hand sanitizer bottles and other coronavirus waste are already being found on the seabeds and are on the sea beaches. So it is affecting our ocean ecosystem on a larger scale. So a lot of people get affected very quick in second wave, and now we lack. Here also, I want to conclude that the second wave is more deadly than its first wave because the corona has it's mutant now and it is spreading on people like people who are suffering from diabetes, health issues, and people with our lesser immunity system are being affected on a larger scale. So it is more deadly to them than deadly to a healthy person. So a lot of people affected in very quick second wave, and now we lack proper hospital beds, oxygen, and which government is working on. Talking about the oxygen, there is a huge crisis for oxygen cylinders around the world, and due to the increasing cases, it has become almost impossible for the state ministers to provide every equipments for every single person. Despite of this much cases, the recovery rate of India is rather better due to the hardworking nature of doctors, no doubt, and high immunity of Indian people. We will further go through the image to spread and its literness. Rishabh slide. So here we are come up with number of daily cases in India. As we can say that the cases in 7-day average, this is a graph you can see it is of 2020 coming from BBC. Death on 17 June included historic death. The cases has rised mildly and then it has reached a steep to almost 4 lakhs. Many parts of the world has been affected, like USA, Uzbek, the countries which are less populated like Uzbekistan and Myanmar, Finland, Thailand they are very much less populated as compared to USA and India. So the death rate in those countries are much less as death rate in India. As we can see, the graph is rising from June to September, and then it's started decreasing in the month of December and March, and then is a steep rise after the month of March. Rishabh slide.
Very good.
Effect of COVID-19 on environment. Here you can see that the corona has its a lot of aspects coming from lockdown, then reduce fossil fuels, reduce of GHS emission, that is gases from the industries, and reduce pollution. As by telling the reduction from pollution, I would like to emphasize on this that working from home has become the new norm. That is almost 23 to 25% of carbon dioxide have dropped globally, just become a decrease of just because of the decrease of transportation. A drop of 25% of CO2 emission along with 40% of nitrogen emission was observed in Italy during self-isolation period. So these are the thing that people these are the thing that people initiation is helping for the helping for the reduction of pollution. So there is a reduction of noise pollution due to the decrease in transportation, improve air quality, no CNG gases, reduction of pollution, ecology restoration, reduction pressure in tourist destination due to the complete lockdown of the travel system, and reduction of transport, industries activities, reduction of resources, consumption and waste disposal. Coming from the positive, it has also a negative impact. And then concluding that PP uses pressure in hospital, hammers, recycling activities, increase medical waste, haphazard disposal of PPE kits, increase municipal waste, less recycling activities, hazardous waste like as I have said that it is damaging our ocean ecosystem on a larger scale because of the single-use product like hand gloves and masks. It is deteriorating the ecosystem of our ocean on a much larger spectrum. So plastic waste, like I said, sanitization bottles, soil and water pollution, air and water pollution, increase environmental pollution, less recycling activities, increase municipal waste, and etc.
Okay.
Next slide.
Next slide.
Rishabh, slide. So here are the some positive impacts. Like I concluded it in a shorter way. Now the deep description will be explained by my comrade Rishabh Gupta. So Rishabh, hand over to you.
Thank you, Nayam. I hope I'm audible to everybody. Again, a good afternoon, a warm good afternoon to everybody, all my fellow mates and teachers out there. At first, I wanted to thank Nayab for such a great, insightful journey till here. He had walked us through every impact in a very short manner. I will let you know in a very deep and analyzed manner that how the impacts are greatly impacting our life, how we as a human being, how we as a citizen of the world, we are having troubles and also enjoy the benefits of coronavirus. Now, let's say there are positive impacts because we as a human has stopped seeing the optimism out of everything. Okay, yes, I agree that coronavirus is very negative and has impacted our life in a very adverse scenario. But we have to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And here I present you with the positive impacts of the COVID-19 on environment. At first, as you see on the screen, the greenhouses gas, the emission of greenhouses gas, which is mainly CO2 and sulfur dioxide, had reduced drastically since the factories have been shut down. All the engines of the cars, all the automobiles basically are not working since there is a lockdown throughout the world. People are not going out on vacations. There is a reduced carbon usage, including everything. Even in the manufacturing sector, the carbon usage has drastically fallen. So you see there's a reduced pollution in everywhere. The water quality has improved throughout the globe. Noise pollution has reduced from all the factories and vehicles. Air pollution has reduced drastically. People are again being able to breathe in cleaner air. There are animals, there are wildlife again restoring. The ecology the nature is healing itself. We can see that. I would also like to point out that we humans we should also try to see that the impact which nature does to itself is because we have not interfered it. So we should try to make it possible after the coronavirus too. So here you can see in the next slide, there are pictures which are the before and after pictures of coronavirus impacts. So you see in the first picture, we see the global emissions had reduced by great percentages. All the percentages and the data has been given here that how much CO2 has reduced, how much the usage have been reduced. Then there is a picture which shows the air index level compared to 2019 and 2020. You see most of the cities in India like Delhi, Kolkata, Hyderabad, Bengaluru, all the major cities have seen a sharp decrease in the levels of carbon dioxide. In Delhi, earlier it was 200, which has fallen to 100, which is 50% decrease. In Mumbai, it is 27. Bengaluru, it has 51%. Similarly, all the other cities experienced cleaner air. The waters in Yamuna, this is the picture where the ship is there, the river picture. That is the picture from Yamuna River, which earlier used to have, this is not ice by the way. This is the frothing chemical. This is the frothing chemical which was very hazardous for people. You cannot drink this water. But after, when the coronavirus was there, when the factories were shut down, then this frothing chemical foam was not there in the water, and the water was cleaner than before. These are the animals that the wild animals can again be seen wandering on the road, which clearly shows the signs that nature and wildlife is healing itself. Then there's a picture of India Gate, which shows us that how the air quality index have changed during the coronavirus situation. Now, everything is not green and good. There are some negative impacts too. So here I present you some negative impacts of coronavirus, which are, by the way, more harmful and more in number than the positive impacts. So here you see the negative impact. Increase in medical waste, including syringes, masks, PPE kits. So all the things which we use for fighting coronavirus or preventing coronavirus, let's say the PPE kits, all the syringes, all the medical waste, to be precise. So basically all those things are made from polyester. Okay, that is a very harmful thing that does not degrade by itself. Okay, we'll get to the degradation part in a bit, but for now you just have to understand that this is not degradable in nature by itself. So it increases the medical waste and the problem of disposal of waste. Improper disposal of PPE kits, and this leads to non-biodegradable waste collection, accumulation throughout the globe. Before coronavirus also,
Dissolve.
okay. Increasing municipal waste causes us land, soil, as well as water pollution. So the pollution which we saw earlier, which was restored during COVID, has again risen to a great extent after COVID, because people have started again misusing the environment like before. Lesser number of recycling and cleaning campaigns, as mass gatherings is not allowed. Earlier, people used to gather around on every Sundays, on every Mahatma Gandhi Jayanti, 2nd October, to clean the environment. Great initiatives were taken by NGOs and all to clean the environment. But due to COVID restriction, nobody can do that again. So that is also one key. Then the last point is very important over here. I would like to draw everybody's attention of more dead bodies. Since more dead bodies are burning, you must have seen in news channels that more and more dead bodies are burning. We are flowing dead bodies in water and air pollution. It is also causing water pollution. At the same time, it is causing air pollution. Here is the data that how the drastically increasing amount of domestic and medical waste. So the first graph which you see over there, it is the rise of PPE kit littering, how much PPE kit and how much plastic waste or medical waste we have created through this medical COVID phase. You can see on the top right hand side, 11.1 metric ton. Only Delhi specifically has produced 11.1 metric ton of COVID-19 related waste. So this waste was non-existent before. This waste did not exist before COVID. So this waste is the new waste or the extra waste which the earth has to incur. In the pictures, you can see how this is causing the landfills to like overbalance. In the lower pictures also, you can see all the waste, like there is waste in the water. Everybody's suffering, including the wildlife and the humans at the same time. So let's move to the next solution. Since we are all engineers, so we are not here to talk about only the problems. We are here to give the solutions too. And like-minded people like me has founded the solutions. So I would like to present Binish Desai. Binish Desai is the one who has created, who is by the way also known as the Recycle Man of India. He is the one who has already done many great wonders of recycling many plastic and other thermocol and glass related. He has also worked in metal industry. He has also recycled a lot of metal previously and has now came up to clean the environment in PPE kits and coronavirus medical waste too. So you can see here that he is the one who has converted millions of gloves, PPE kits and other medical waste into usable bricks. In his hand, you can see how the conversion rate and what type of materials are used. That is given in the photos in percentages. I would not get into those percentages, but in short, I would say that he has converted a lot of PPE kits into a very affordable brick. This brick cost around 10 to 12 rupees, which is very, very cheap, and also is durable enough like the normal brick. It's one way we can convert all this medical waste into useful substances. Then I would like to move on. Now, only one person changing the environment is not enough. So we as a society as a whole, each and every hand is important. We as a whole work towards the common goal. Rome was not built in a day, and so will our environment. Our environment will also not get cured and clean in a very short span of time. We have to work relentlessly so that the earth will be a better place to live in, for not only for us but for the future generations to come. The government has also initiated many Atmanirbhar Bharat schemes for cleaning the environment. You can see the action form has been given in the first picture over here. Like the government has mentioned how the institution as a whole, how we on individual level, how we can help in cleaning the environment by staying at home. We ourselves can clean the environment by staying at home. We can use recyclable. We can use the 3 R's formula. There are many methods. We can use the more and more renewable energy we will use, the more environment will be saving. So we should change our behavior. It's not about changing our usage. Science is not about changing the usage. We should not ban. Like there's a culture, everybody tries to ban everything, like ban the plastic, ban petrol vehicles, ban petrol or whatever. But this is not the cure. Innovation is about to sustain living. So we are not here to ban everything. We are here to change our behavior. We should change our behavior, work on possible outcomes, and then we should try to achieve a better future rather than fretting on our past. We should not fret of what has happened or what has been done to us, but we should look forward at how we can improve further. Now, getting on to my conclusion part, I would like to conclude that we can very well understand the seriousness and extent of this lethal disease after 2 deadly waves hitting us consecutively. So 2 waves have already hit us, and there's a 3rd wave, or let's say more to come. There are repercussions. There are many more repercussions, like many black fungus, white fungus, yellow fungus that are hitting along with the coronavirus on us. Vaccines and distancing is the only 2 ways by which we can defeat this disease. So we should act more responsibly so we can save ourselves as well as our loved ones. We should not make a fool out of ourselves and try to remain as sensible as possible. We optimistically hope that humankind does not have to go through this misery again and people come out of this disease victoriously. Wish us safe and a happy life ahead for all the people out there. These are the references which were helpful for creating this wonderful project. At last, I would like to thank everybody, including sir, to give such a wonderful project to work on. I am also thankful to my friends and family who have helped me immensely for the creation of this project. Lastly, I would also like to heartily congrats Nayab for helping me in the collection of data and making this project a successful. Thank you.